morning. Good morning. Good morning. Da 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 da. Yeah, I'm no singer. So, good morning. Who we got this morning? We have Gail. Good morning. We have Barb. Good morning. Good morning. Oh, there's more out there, but that's okay. Letty's here. Letty, good morning. Good morning. Oh, what a week, what a week, what a week. Oh, so what are we going to talk about today? We're going to talk about how to use, Gail M, yay, Gail. We're going to talk about how to use the applique function in Wilcom. All right. It's really cool. It's just like a one click and there it is. But Miranda, who made this suggestion, says that the thing that she needs to know, she knows how to use the tool, she knows how to use the function. What she doesn't know how to do is to remove the overlap. Let me show you what I mean. Where'd it go? Oh, it's gone. Hang on. The entire screen. Share. Hide. And add to scene. This is what she's talking about. Oh, cats. Um, she knows how to create the applique. What she doesn't know how to do, let's see if we can do this. No, let's do it on the blue. What she doesn't know how to do is to remove this extra satin bit so that she doesn't have this satin column bulking up underneath the next layer. And that's what we're going to do today. We are going to do a little applique magic. Doug, did I see that you are here? Good morning, Doug. Good morning, Doug. Thank you for being here today. So let's get right to it. I have here a cute little teddy bear. Yay! And the thing about creating the applique, you can either use fills or just lines. So here's what I'm going to show you. We're going to pick up and we are going to, let's do the body first. Remember, we need to work in layers. So we're going to do the body and we're going to outline this. I'm going to create a line on the body. And remember, I said you could work with a fill, or we can create the applique. Or I'm sorry, create the satin column. Let's see here. Oh, that's it. I knew where I was going. Just for information, I like to work with a 4mm column when I do applique, and I do that because, and it's just me. I do that because I can never get all the trims as close as I need to the stitch line, the cut line. So I give myself that little bit of extra to cover the raw edges of my fabric. Okay, so what's the next line on our teddy bear? And I'm going to leave these as running stitches for right now so that we can see them. Our next is going to be the arms. both arms. And we're going to follow that up with the feet. So anybody know what's going to happen here once I click that applique button? Got to do that heart. Let's change our color. Let me catch up with you all. My scroller is not scrolling. There we are. So we're going to stop here for a moment. We're going to convert all of these to the satin column. I'm going to change them all to a 4mm satin. And here, we're going to change some colors so you can see things. Make the arms blue and the feet orange. Now, all right, we'll do one more. We're going to do the head. So do you see what's happened here? I have overlaps of the columns. This is all duplicated. This is duplicated. The same over here. The feet. That's just going to really bulk up your applique. And we don't want that. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to convert all of this to applique using the applique function in Wilcom. We're going to select all our elements. We're going to come over here. Where'd it go? To the applique. Let me get back to the center. Oh, I see. It wants to do them each as individual. Where'd it go? Select and select. We did the body. Select. Want to do the heart. Select. The head. Select. Okay, so if you can see over here, each one of our elements now has a placement stitch, a tack down stitch, and the satin cover stitch. Actually, Barb wants to know. Barb's asking, can you group them and then do the applique? Let me go backwards. Okay, so we're going to try that. Okay, so I've selected the feet, the heart, and the head. And I'm going to click the applique. And you see it wants to do one at a time. So, yes, I can group them, but I have to hit enter to accept the applique for each element. Enter, 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 enter. Does that help, Barb? Okay. So, even so, we still have all of this overlap, all of this extra bulk. And that's what Miranda wants to know. She wants to know how to get rid of that extra bulk. And the way to do that is you need to break apart the element. So the first one we're going to do is our body. We're going to break apart the elements. It's still going to be part of the process. It's still going to be first in line. We're going to get rid of these little stitches in the middle. So we select it and delete, select it and delete. Now we still have our placement stitch. In fact, no, that won't do. Let me just hide all of these. So we still have our placement stitch, our tack down stitch, and our satin cover stitch. But we don't want all of this bulk. So how do we get rid of it? Like I said, we want to break things apart, and then we're going to come over here. Karina, thank you for coming here. Thank you for being here. How you doing? And then we're simply going to cut. Pick up our knife. Why are we not allowed to pick up our knife? Okay. It worked the other day. It was not a problem the other day. Oh, I need to break apart. Sorry, I did miss a step. We're breaking apart the three elements within our applique piece, and then we need to break apart our satin column, the piece that we want to edit. Otherwise, the system is still connecting these three. So we do another break apart. So we've got access to the lines in our satin column. Now we can select our knife. Now we can go through and cut. Actually, that's our arm, so we're going to back up here. I'm going to cut here, here, and cut. I believe you're right, Barb. Barb says that it seems like a lot of steps. I think in Brilliance does it in less steps. That's probably true, but we're doing applique using the applique function in Wilcom. So these are the steps we need in Wilcom. So we're going to pull that away and delete it. We're going to pull that away and delete it. Pull that away and delete it. Pull that away and delete it. Then we're going to unhide our next element. And you see it now covers the space that it needs to cover, including the space underneath. But it's going to bulk up at our neck area. So again, this one, we're going to break apart and break apart. Remember I said we need to break apart our satin column so that we can cut. We can get rid of these little bits. We're going to pick up our knife and we're going to cut and delete that bit. break apart, break apart, pick up our knife, and cut. Oh, get rid of the little bits. Unhide our foot, which is good. It doesn't need to have any break apart. Unhide our foot. Again, it's good. We're going to jump down to unhiding the head. And it's good. Now, because the heart, Karina wants to know if you can't just remove the overlay. If we remove the overlay, we're removing that whole piece. Okay, we want to remove only the piece that's going to be covered by the next layer of satin, which is why we need to cut this bulk out. If we don't cut the bulk out, it's going to, whoops, that's not what I wanted to do. There's going to be another layer of satin under here. And then it's just bulk. There'll also be another layer of satin here. Again, just more bulk. And here, more bulk. This is all bulk that we don't need. So we cut it out. So we cut it out. Does that make sense? Let me just delete all of that. Now our heart has special consideration. Our heart has special consideration. There are two things we want to keep in mind. This area, okay, you got it. This area, and we're going to do this. We're going to pretend we have some fabric here. This is our bare body fabric. Excuse me. So here's our bare body. Now this is all fabric. And once we do this with the heart, come back here. Once we do this with the heart, our applique, then we have another layer of fabric. We don't need 2 layers of fabric here. So how do we cut out this bit of fabric? In my experience, if we wait until we get to the heart and then cut both layers of applique fabric at the same time, it's going to be a problem. It's going to be a problem because you may not get all of that lower layer, that layer that's behind, or you might not trim it close enough. So what I do, did we break that apart? And break that apart. What I do, get rid of the little bits. I take this cut piece, this cut layer. This is our placement. I'm going to show it to you here. All right. I take that and put it way up here. I put it way up here with the bare body. So this heart shape is cut out at the same time I cut out the body applique. All right. That removes that bit of fabric under there. So we only have one layer of fabric. We have no bulk at any of our satins. Of course, our poor bear has a face that we didn't address, but you know, it'll be handled in the same way. Though I think I want to talk to you about the head. All right, let's go ahead and hide the rest of this. Unhide the head. In fact, we're going to get rid of this one. We have what essentially looks like 3 elements here, but we're only going to create 1 element, or I'm sorry, 2 elements. The first one we're going to create is the head which includes the ears. Because that's all going to be the same fabric. Oh, there it is. We're going to click our applique button and press enter. Now we're going to get rid of this right here because it's added bulk that we don't need. So we're going to break apart, delete a bit, select what we need to trim, and delete. We still have our tack down and our placement and our tack down stitch. But look, we don't have the definition of our satin column at our ears. So what are we going to do here? We're going to take a moment and we're going to break this apart also. And from here will work. We converted to a line because the line is easier to work with. Let's save the rest of these, hide these, hide and hide. So what are we going to do? We are going to create a satin of course, you know, this is terrible. There we go. Come along now. We're going to put the ears behind the head, and we're going to get rid of this line that we had, our original line. and hide this and bring this. And now you can see we've got our ears behind this satin column. This area is not going to be cut. This is still our placement line. This is still our tack down line. Of course, it's like all kinds of garbage in here. This is still our tack down line. This becomes our satin cover stitch. Then, of course, we can go on to do the face. When you're doing applique, not everything has to be applique. For example, your eyes here, they can just be a satin. Because they fall within the parameters for a satin or a fill. They're too small for applique. When you're doing applique, you want an area that is about 2 square inches or more. Yes, it's not going to be an exact square, but you're going to use an approximation of 2 square inches or more. I would do the same thing with the nose here. I would not make it an applique. I would make it a satin stitch. We get our mouth here. I guess I ought to take that an extra step, right? Okay. And of course, one of the things that you're going to do is you're going to clean up your ends. You're going to come, you're going to increase, you're going to look for places where it pops out. And then you're going to correct that. Push and pull is going to still take effect. So you want to be aware. I'm going to delete that. Put that there, that there. Come along, little doggy. What is that? Oh, that's part of the head. So this is just a real quick applique. Oh, that's part of the body. You just adjust as needed. Make sure all the lines are going to be covered. Make sure that you have enough space left to right to trim your fabrics. Our heart's going to stay. I'm going to change some colors here. Yeah, I don't like that nose. Get rid of this one. Turn it just a little bit. And change the stitch angle. All right, so put our colors where we need them. So there we go. What do you think? That is how you clean up the edges in your applique. We select the piece that needs to be changed. In this case, we don't need this extra fabric either. So we're going to break apart and break apart. Get rid of the bit. Get rid of the bit. I'm going to hide the circle. Let's hide the tack down also. And then you simply select the line you want to edit. Add some nodes where necessary. Delete. And move. Oh, well, that's crazy. Edit. Delete. Nope. Delete. It's not going to let me. It will. I mean, it did. So again, you just delete the nodes you don't want and then reposition everything. So that's what we have today. Let me put myself back up here. So that's what we have today. That's how you work with Wilcom's applique function. Next week, Miranda also asked about how to lay a design for a border. You know, maybe you're going to put a border across the top of a valance for a window, or maybe you want to put a border on the around a quilt edge or tablecloth, but you want to put a long border on something. Well, that's what we're going to do next week. We're going to place a border, and I'm going to show you how you can lay it out so that when you go on the machine, you can shift the fabric and know that it's going to be in the right place. All right? All right. So that's it for today. My name is Ramona McKee. I'm with Quick to Stitch. If you have any questions, quicktostitch.com. Contact me, quicktostitch@gmail.com. I'm happy to help anytime I can. And we'll see you next week. Oh, suppose I ought to get this, right? Bye. Fun? Do you have more questions? Do you want to learn something new? Join me at quicktostitch.com for coffee and conversation, and we'll talk about it. Embroidery machines, designs, and business. Hope to see you soon. Bye now.